Hey guys, today I will be talking about goal setting for athletes while focusing a little bit more on the team environment aspect as well. But yeah, we're just going to get her started today. First things first, we're just going to discuss the idea of goals and kind of understanding exactly what it means. Essentially, goal is a set of skills that's required to achieve your target. Maybe even something that you want to accomplish, but understanding that it may take several steps to actually get to that desired outcome that you have in mind. So goals actually allow you to focus on something a little bit more specific and understanding the process that it's going to take to eventually reach that goal. So goals can help you track your progress throughout that journey and kind of see what you're accomplishing, allowing yourself to reevaluate yourself throughout that process and kind of just seeing how you progress throughout the journey to work towards that goal, right? So obviously for goals, there's both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals kind of covers the idea that more weekly or monthly goals that you may be working towards. An example of a short-term goal may even be doing foot speed drills for 3 nights this week, or even finishing up your English paper before next Friday. So something that's kind of just in that near future and allowing you to focus on something that's a little bit closer in time. On the other hand, there's long-term goals. Maybe this is something that you want to accomplish over a longer period of time or even within the future a little bit more. But an example of a long-term goal may even include scoring so many goals in your season or getting your average up to 80% before your exam and whatever. So just a little bit further down the line, obviously, but just something to keep in mind for goals. Next thing here is just some benefits. And obviously with setting goals as athletes, there's going to be many benefits that come from that. So obviously the first thing, it's going to improve your self-esteem and confidence. So it's going to provide athletes with that feeling of accomplishment, kind of just working towards your goals and kind of reaching them, right? It's going to be that confidence boost. So it's just going to highlight the idea of working towards yourself and bettering yourself. Yeah, kind of goes hand in hand with performance as well. So just understanding that if the more confidence you have, the better you're going to perform and be confident in those abilities, right? It's also going to improve your motivation. So it's going to allow athletes to be more driven and have that sense of direction a little bit more, may even be a little bit more persistent and willing to achieve those goals and kind of gain that momentum a little bit more. It's also going to improve your athletic performance. Like I mentioned before, it's going to allow athletes to push yourself through the hard times to achieve these goals, right? So allowing yourself to succeed and encourage other athletes to reach the best version of themselves possible. It's also going to improve the team dynamic overall. So it's going to allow all the team members to be confident in themselves. And then if everyone has that level of confidence, it's going to be shown within the teamwork as well, right? And that group dynamic. So it's going to be displayed within the whole team. So that's always a good thing. And lastly, it's obviously going to improve your concentration and focus. So it's just going to allow athletes to stay determined and maybe even driven and kind of just understanding them and teaching them where exactly to direct your energy to in order to accomplish and reach those goals that you have in mind, right? So obviously many benefits that come from setting goals and something to keep in mind for sure. Next little thing here is kind of just about having a vision. And a vision helps actually define your goals. So these two ideas kind of go hand in hand together. So a vision actually provides you with a sense of direction and maybe even purpose, but kind of just understanding where you want to go and what your future may look like for you and kind of that overall image that you're hoping for. But obviously the difference between vision and goals, the vision is more or less the clear image of how you see your future, and then your goals is those specific targets that actually move you towards that vision. So in a way, you could see your goals as your stepping stones to your overall vision that you have in mind, right? So obviously there can be multiple visions that you may have in terms of family, your sports team, school, anything like that, right? So having a vision overall creates a healthy environment where athletes can learn that with achievement comes reward. So understanding to put that hard work in and you can get that desired outcome that you've always had in mind, right? Obviously, it creates goals that provides young athletes with that picture and kind of understanding what the desired outcomes may look like for them and the hard work that they need to put in for something to pay off, essentially, right? So with all that being said, we need to actually understand a little bit more about how exactly to set these goals for ourselves. So we can actually use this little tool or guide, the SMART guide, to help us set these goals for ourselves. So if we break it down a little bit more, The S is for specific. So while setting goals for yourself, you need to make sure that that goal is specific, it's detailed, precise, and super narrowed down as much as you can get it. Just knowing exactly what you need to get out of this goal and knowing exactly what you need to work towards, basically. In terms of the M for measurable, kind of just making sure that you're able to see yourself progress through time. So understanding something, if it can be tracked, and maybe even a number to see, okay, I need 5 more sessions by the end of this week to make sure I can get my goal, you know? So just something actually able to help you track your progress a little bit more. For A, actionable, kind of just understanding that the action needs to be taken to be able to achieve this goal. So a little bit more of the process of the doing and knowing that you need to work hard in practice to be able to reach that goal that you may have set for yourself. For the R, realistic, maybe while setting goals, you need to ensure that you are setting realistic goals for yourself. Possible and relevant goals, make sure that they are attainable goals for yourself at that time, but obviously just being logical while setting goals for yourself. For the T, the last one, time bound, you need to make sure that you have a deadline for yourself while setting goals. Making sure that you have that time frame because it helps you stay on track and stay focused and know when you have to get your hard work in by and make sure you kind of have that time on your mind a little bit. But yeah, just a little down a bit. And then obviously using that SMART tool. I've just got some examples here to help pull it all together. So the first little example here is I want to score a total of 20 goals during the season of soccer. I want to finish my book by the time summer is over, or even I will finish my grade 9 year with an 85% average. So if we focus even on this first example here of I want to score a total of 20 goals during the season of soccer. And if we look at our SMART tool, we can understand that we're being specific here. We're quite detailed and we're not just saying, yeah, I want to get better at soccer. We know exactly that we want to score these 20 goals within our time here. And yeah, kind of just a little bit more specific and knowing exactly what you want. For this example, we're able to measure it. We know, okay, I'm at 10 goals, so I know I'm halfway. So kind of just having the idea and working with that number of 20, and you're able to kind of track your progress through that number. For the A, attainable or actionable, you just need to understand that you need to put that work in, practice and games to actually even be able to achieve that number of 20 goals, right? So knowing that there's work that needs to be put in for that even to be possible for you. And for R, for relevant, understanding that that's a reasonable number for you at that time, just seeing if that's possible and if you can challenge yourself a little bit more and just kind of make that as realistic as you can. And then obviously with the last one, time-based, kind of just having that timeline of, okay, it needs to be done within this season of soccer. So knowing that end date and getting as much hard work in before that time and getting that goal done before in that time that's allotted for you. But yeah, a little bit more specific, broken down. And then the last little thing here, just a little bit more about the importance of setting goals. So obviously we just need to revisit the importance and kind of understand how effective it really is for young athletes to be setting goals for yourself and also understanding the long-term success that can come from this, right? And it's going to benefit other aspects in your life as well, whether that be school, work, family life, community, anything like that. So you're always consistently improving yourself, and there's more than just what meets the eye for setting goals for yourself. Just making sure that you're staying hungry and you have that momentum carrying on and you're always striving to get better and push for bigger and better goals, obviously. So yeah, just bettering yourself as a human and an athlete. But yeah, that wraps it up for me today about setting goals. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.